On this week's World of Saltwater Fishing, the MARC VI is off Virginia Beach, Virginia. The goal, run about 80 miles offshore and deep drop, hand crank for big tilefish and hopefully put a big golden one in the boat. Don't miss this exciting episode.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, where big fish don't stand a chance.
Virginia Beach, Virginia. The MARC VI was here, and the goal was to head out and do some deep drop hand crank fishing for tilefish. Now this, to me, was more of a personal note because we do some hand crank deep drop for tilefish back out of South Florida, and from time to time you could do okay with blue lines and also some golden tiles. Outside of a rare big golden tile, most of the fish we have down there are small, maybe medium-sized class. Out of Virginia Beach, this area here, out towards the canyons, holds, in what is my opinion, some of the largest golden tilefish to be seen anywhere. So the MARC VI was here, and the goal was to try to get into one of these golden tilefish. So what gave me the confidence level to come up here and make that kind of run offshore and try to dial in on these tilefish, I had Beth Synowiec. Now, I knew the name Beth Synowiec for a number of years. I read reports about her winning all these citations and awards in the Virginia Beach Saltwater Fishing Tournament. Plus, she tends to fish with a lot of my friends who are up in here for a wide variety of species. And one thing that really piqued my interest was her affinity for going out and catching big golden tilefish. And to say that she is successful at that would be a gross understatement.
I love fishing so much that it's never enough for me. I could come back from being out there 12 hours and I want to go right back out again. I found myself creating goals for myself, and I think the Virginia Saltwater Tournament allows me to do that. Some of the golden tilefish that I've caught have been 32 pounds, 36 pounds, and the largest one that I have to date is 41 pounds, and I caught that a couple years ago. And that was actually on my first golden trip. Well, we're getting ready to go out, and the weather is kind of looking like we might have some serious problems by around 6 o'clock at night.
So how about that as a window? Here we are, having to make an 80-mile run offshore, get to the golden tilefish spots, drop down, try to catch a golden tilefish, then turn the MARC VI around and race back to the marina well before that 7 o'clock period. And sure enough, like the wind started dying out, the seas started coming down, and it was a totally different ocean from that point forward, to the point where it got so nice that I really got that MARC VI cranked up and we were headed out to our first spot, flying out there. The matter of fine-tuning the drift to come over these zones where Beth held these numbers. Getting close to 1,000 feet, but most of the fishing was maybe around 800 to 900 feet, and we started to drift over some of these key spots that Beth had marked out. It didn't take long.
I think you have a fish. I'm gonna drop mine again.
Okay. Where I was really surprised, and I should really say shocked, is when I first heard I could see color. And then I looked out there and I saw what appeared to be this big, giant, whitish thing coming up from the depths. And I looked and I was totally stunned.
Watch my line. What do you think about that,
Just
George?
get that fish in the net, dip it, dip.
I will. I have done this before, George.
I know you have. You're nervous though, Beth.
I know. I like to see George nervous.
So
you don't see that very often,
Did we
do
get
you?
Sweaty Flintstone or what? Oh my Lord.
George is nervous?
I am nervous.
I have not seen that one before.
Oh, yeah, well, George doesn't.
Isn't that exciting?
This is crazy.
Isn't that
We're
awesome?
golden.
Mission accomplished. Good job.
Hang on 1 second. I'm still shaking. I always wanted to get the golden tile.
Uh-huh.
You know, we get them already, they're small, and I've caught them before, and I always
Not like
grieve
that,
in
though?
jealousy.
of the big goldens that you get out of Virginia, or you see them in Jersey. And I said, I would love one day to get one of these big things. And all of a sudden, when I saw the color coming up, and I love this.
Wait till you taste it.
You're right here, so it doesn't.
Oh my Lord. Beth.
What?
You're telling you have this figured out. I'm telling you. I wanted to come out here with you.
I'm really happy for you, George. It's
Well, get
a
out of the
beautiful
rod.
fish.
Don't give me.
Okay, well, all right.
I want to net one for you now.
Okay.
I mean, flattery will
Good
get
job.
you everywhere, but not right now. Oh my God! Look, whoa! I don't know if this is like Fred Flintstone or Barney Rubble.
But once I saw the fish in the net and that big golden tilefish come over into the bow of the Mark VI, I was like another planet. I never saw anything that was this ridiculously large. This was a monster golden tilefish, exactly the fish I'd come up to Virginia Beach, Virginia to try to catch, and I would have gone home extremely happy with a 20-pounder. And here's a monster in my boat.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, proudly brought to you by Mako. You'll find them where the fish are. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Mercury Marine, the official outboard of George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing. Simrad, and the new NSS Evo 3 display. Go with Simrad and go with confidence.
The 85-mile run out to the edge of the Norfolk Canyon paid off, as I've landed a golden tilefish weighing 34 pounds, 2 ounces. I'm with Beth Synowiec, and we're fishing out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. So it was hard for me to really calm down. You know, to me, the whole trip was made on this one fish. But Beth wanted to get back on the numbers. She said, come on, let's get back up, make a couple more drifts. We put the big golden tilefish in the fish box, cleaned up the cockpit, re-rigged, got back up for another drift, and dropped down again. And I was just totally thrilled at this point.
So I dropped my line, and within 1 minute, a huge golden hits. I mean, I could tell this was just, it was definitely a Bubba.
Yes. Thank you.
You're gonna be there a while, so I'm gonna try to see if we can double up.
You got one too?
No, I'm sort of holding it down there because I'm really not that excited about reeling in 900 feet of line. But when you get close, I will. Put mine in the holder and help you out. Well, that's what, the bonita chunk or bonita section you put on?
Yes.
Well, obviously that seems to be the ticket.
So you like it? You see that bobbin?
Oh yeah, look at that bob and go. Bob and Robin.
Bob and Robin.
And then all of a sudden, something goes weird with my line, and it starts taking drag, and the fish is going back down, and then I don't feel anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think a shark would have. See how that's.
Yeah.
That was a tilefish. And I think maybe a shark came into the equation.
Yeah, now I know the shark got you.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything, but I saw the moment it did too, just the way that line was just smoking off the reel. Shark had you. Yeah, this is fine. You need this one here.
I'm just gonna cut it off, George.
All right, why don't you go cut it off? And all right, let's get in there one more time.
Sure enough, we really think that a shark got my golden, which was unfortunate because it was a big one. We go ahead and we do another drift. And this time we're experiencing something it's a weird feeling on the end of it. We're not really sure quite what it is.
So you're trying to avoid cranking a bait up 800 feet, to check it, but it's a necessary evil, and I did. And as I see the rig coming up, I see this big orangish kind of shape, at the end, and it's a big squid. When I thought that was an unusual catch, Beth hooks up, and she cranks in 3 squid on one of her double rigs, and that was pretty unusual. It gives you an idea of how thick the squid were down there.
Come on, Beth, what do you have here?
I don't know.
You've got 2 squid? Look at this thing. You got mauled by squid.
Holy cow!
Check this out.
What in the world?
Triple header. There's one.
Oh, wait.
We're down to 2. So this is what these squid are, and you can see them on the machine. They're just unreal. I want to try this again. Look at the color change. Look at that.
You keeping them or letting them go?
I'll let these things go.
Okay.
Pulling a squid up from almost 900 feet, I just have to say that is just an odd experience.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, proudly brought to you by Penn. Let the battle begin. Rapala, your best shot at a world record. Float On, the original aluminum immersible boat trailer. ACR, the leader in marine safety electronics. We'll be right back.
With a monster golden tilefish weighing 34 pounds 2 ounces in the MARC VI's fish box, Beth Synowiec takes us to some shallower numbers for blue line tilefish. We're off Virginia Beach, Virginia. We had to get back. There was a big storm front moving in, a line they predicted around 7 o'clock, and our day was growing a little bit late. And Beth said, I'll take you to one more spot. It's about 8 or so miles from here, and we're gonna get some blue line tilefish. She said, I just saved this because this spot would be on the way back in. We'll make 2 drops on it, see what happens, and at that point, just keep racing towards the marina. So that's what we did.
So I took him to my A blue line patch. And we get there, and I think he was a little bit surprised at the depth of the water because it was significantly shallower. And I think we're all very happy about that at that point.
And certainly it didn't take long at all. Beth hooks up first. She goes, I'm on. And about the time that rod bends and she's working a fish, I feel tap, tap, and my rod tip gets pulled down. They're circle hooks. I started to wind. I'm hooked up now.
Check this.
Holy cow.
That's what I'm saying. That's a double header.
Yeah.
Oh, the size of these things. Oh. Let me grab the net. I'm gonna scoop them up. I'm netting dinner, Beth.
So am I. I got a shark here.
Oh, look at his hammerhead right off the.
Oh yeah, that guy got one now. Look at this bad boy.
He wants the blue line. Check that. I got this in the net too. Are you hooked up with a blue? I'm gonna try to keep this shark active so you get your blue line.
Yeah,
okay?
get that shark out of here. Oh, this is a good one. Holy cow.
Beth,
George,
I'm working for you here.
Yeah, get that shark out of here.
I'm trying to hold its attention here, just for you.
We don't want any shark over here. Nope.
Trying to help you.
Thank you.
The one good thing, it's a hammerhead. They can't see worth you know what.
I love the way these fish fight. I'm gonna crank and crank and crank. I'm gonna bring it up.
All right, Beth.
Here we go. I'm trying to get him up before the shark gets him. Here he comes. I see color.
I have to swing him yourself, or I could come over with the net's out of commission. Unless there's a second net.
The net's out of commission.
Here, I'll get him for you. Hey, Oda, let me get around. Here.
I got him.
I'm coming here, Beth. I'm gonna help you.
I got him, George. All right.
Look at that. What net? You didn't need a net, girl.
Okay. We got 2 eaters.
Beautiful, Beth. Here we
He's
go.
not that big, but he's an eater.
Check this guy.
Nice. Good job. Okay.
Check this out. I've got to thank you. You're taking me to these spots out here. You can see like I'm a little kid on
in
the
a
side.
candy
It's
store.
amazing. And check the size of the blue line I have here. Okay.
Very good.
Put them in the box.
Yep.
Go make another quick drop.
Okay.
This was a hot spot. We did this on the first drift, maybe into the first 30 feet or so, and it was wild.
We have 4 towels in the boat. We haven't been there long at all. And all of a sudden I hook up, and this is a nice fish. And I'm trying to crank this fish up, and sure enough, here comes Mr. Hammerhead.
I'm gonna get the shark.
Bring it up.
Here, I got the shark.
Oh, no.
I got the shark. No, I want the shark.
Really?
Heck yeah,
want the
that's
shark?
TV coverage, George. Let's get the shark. You got my fish, I'm gonna get you. There it is.
Have fun.
Yeah. He's there.
That's what I think got your golden, Beth.
Oh, I know it. Oh, that's a nice shark. That's a hammerhead, guys. Sharks need love too. Yes, they do. The sharks need love too. Here we go. We're gonna get him to the surface. He's gonna come up and probably act weird. I can see him. I got color. I'm not gonna try to fight him though. If he starts running, I won't let him run. I'll just fight him. I'm using my my Fathom 40. I got this for Christmas.
There he is. Here's the fish.
It'd be like double that. Would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's good.
There he goes.
Bye.
You got your shark, Beth?
I got my shark.
I'm gonna give you the sinker. I save that for you.
you.
And one of the
I've never caught a hammerhead that big.
That was your first? Well, good.
Reached down there, clipped it. That shark took off. Beth got her hammerhead shark, and we decided, hey, we need to rack these rods. We need to go.
Well, if you're coming to Virginia Beach, there's a lot of stuff for you to do. Absolutely, the boardwalk is a great place to go. There is the Virginia Aquarium. That's always nice. Plenty of restaurants and different facilities to choose from.
The marina at Marina Shores was a very comfortable facility to work out of. Where we were docked, we were right by a restaurant. You couldn't get more convenient for that. If you walk off the boat and you want to have a drink or sit down and have dinner, the restaurant is right there. Big in and out storage. If you wanted to keep your boat here, whether it's for the season or permanently, the bait and tackle shop right there at the fuel dock, just a convenience to work out of. Tons of ice, bait, great tackle on the inside, and again, I want to stress it's just a friendly crew. In addition to the marina at Marina Shores, right down the street, just a very short car drive away from our boat, was the Virginia Beach Resort Hotel and Conference Center. It served our base of operation while we're up here shooting our television episode. Again, a very friendly staff. And if you're coming down to this part of the world and you're looking for a place to stay, make sure you look this place up. It was without a doubt a very enjoyable stay for the MARC VI gang.
George's Tackle Locker, brought to you by King Sailfish, the pioneer of catch and release mounts. Visit kingsailfish.com.
Highly experienced boaters constantly adjust their trim tabs to dial in the most ideal ride for the situation at hand. And until a boater masters the art of dialing in a ride with trim tabs, there's a long learning curve. Thanks to Active Trim from Mercury Marine, boaters of all experience levels can now relax and let Mercury dial in their most efficient rides. Active Trim is an integrated GPS speed-based automatic engine trim system which adjusts engine trim based on changes in boat speed to improve performance, fuel economy, and ease of operation. No knowledge of trimming an engine is needed to take advantage of Active Trim. As the boat accelerates, the engines trim out. As the boat decelerates or enters into a turn, the engines will trim in. Active Trim allows the boat operator to compensate for changes in boat load, driver preferences, and weather conditions while still maintaining full automatic control. It can also be overridden at any time by using the manual trim tabs. Active Trim is compatible with Mercury 4-stroke outboards from 40 horsepower on up, as well as SmartCraft-capable 2-stroke outboards. I've had Mercury's Active Trim on 2 MARC VIs so far and enjoy leaving to dialing into them.
Mercury Performance Stats, Virginia Beach. Seas 2 feet. Power, triple 350 horsepower Mercury Verado outboards. Props, Mercury Inertia Eco 16 by 21 inch pitch, port and starboard. 16 by 22 inch pitch, metal outboard. Total miles traveled, 201. Consistent cruise, 4,600 RPM. Speed, 48 miles per hour. Total fuel burned, 180 gallons. George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, proudly brought to you by Starbright, professional grade boat care products. Papa's Pilar Artesian Crafted Rum, never a spectator. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. King Sailfish, the pioneer of catch and release mounts. Visit kingsailfish.com.
What a trip. That's about all I could really say to summarize my visit once again to Virginia Beach, Virginia. This place has always been very, very good to me, fish catch wise. A lot of big fish around here.
Definitely Virginia holds world-class fishing opportunities. Just the fishing in itself is a reason to come visit Virginia.
For me to come back with that beast and experience that whole deal was just really a first for me. It was totally exciting. It's a different kind of fishing for these big goldens that I tend to do when we hand crank bottom fish back home. It was a home run hit. Fun time, and I could tell you what, from spending a day in a boat with her, she knows how to fish, she knows the spots, and she knows what it takes to put together a great catch. And she certainly came through for me and provided me with one of my all-time best bottom fishing catches. Virginia Beach, Virginia, you certainly did not disappoint.
Stay in touch with George. Visit GeorgePoveromo.com. On Facebook, Facebook.com/George.Poveromo. On Instagram, @GeorgePoveromo. YouTube, George Poveromo TV. And on mobile devices, Waypoint TV.